Hello, welcome back. Apa khabar semua orang? Harap-harap semua orang baik, sihat. Yes, penggunaan bahasa Malaysia saya sudah lebih baik kerana saya sudah buka sebuah laundry kedai basuh pakaian kan. So ramai orang bercakap bertutur dalam bahasa Malaysia. So boleh lah.
Hey, how are you?
How's everybody?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm posting on my social media with Literasi. Yay! Join us live now. Okay. Semua orang yang watch apa khabar? I hope everybody is good. Once again, welcome to the show. I'm trying to do two things at once and it's not working. Because I'm looking one side and then I'm typing. But tak apa. Welcome to the show, and for anybody like baru join or don't know what this show is all about, well, basically what we try to do is increase your financial literacy. It all started 1.5 years ago, 1 year, few months
1 year
already.
plus.
Yeah, 1 year plus. Dah lama we did this. And Victor, what's up? He's already in. He's saying evening, guys. He knows everything.
Evening, Victor.
Victor the man is here already. But once again, what we're trying to do is increase your financial literacy, especially if you got any, when it comes to questions, when it comes to finances, nobody wants to look not wise. I don't want to say stupid because nanti orang segan. Nobody wants to look not wise. Everybody wants to say like, hey, I know, I got my finances in check. I know everything. But the truth is, there are things we don't. And sometimes we don't know where to turn, and Googling it and YouTubing it might not solve your specific problem because it would be general answers. Even though what we're talking to today, most of the times are just tips, giving you advice. We can be more specific if you ask us specific questions. How's that? So let's talk. First of all, even though we're going to cover a lot, you can ask any questions you want. But something that Rafiq highlighted, who's our licensed financial planner, he's the one who knows everything. I just know how to talk and talk kind of his language sometimes. The thing is, he brought up festivities and finances. I think that's a perfect headline, especially Chinese New Year just finished, and we're headed towards Raya very, very, very soon lah. I know it's like a few months down the line, but it's soon enough lah. Tutup mata, buka mata, dah Raya. You know what I mean? Ramadan is coming, so everybody has to budget. Finances are important to understand everything. Now, where do we start with festivals and finances?
Okay, so I think hopefully it's still not too late to wish Happy Chinese New Year to all our Chinese viewers.
Yep.
We haven't even reached the 15th day yet, right?
No. Cap Gome, no yet.
Cap Gome belum lagi kan?
Belum.
Okay. So Happy Chinese New Year, and hope that whatever that you wish for, you get lah. Right. Okay. And I think most of people are also wishing that we are done with this whole pandemic and we can move to the endemic phase as soon as possible. Before we were live just now, we were talking about it. Okay. So because I think so JJ did mention that soon's gonna be Ramadan, soon's gonna be Raya, but a lot of people are also speculating that because now the numbers have gone up again, that it might be the third year that there's no Raya. So like a lot of people were taking the opportunity during Chinese New Year. So all balik kampung. That's why all the highways were jammed.
It's crazy, way. It was
KL was empty. KL was super empty during Chinese New Year week. Yeah. So which for me, my parents and my parents-in-law are not far anyway. So if I went to Raya also is nearby, so that's no issue lah. But a lot of people, even my friends that I know of, so a lot of people took the opportunities to go back.
Okay.
Yep. To go back. And why I'm starting with that, because basically when we talk about festivities, you can't move away from spending money.
Yes, correct. Correct.
Okay, so you will be spending money on your travel arrangements. So because most of people who, let's say, work in the major towns are not from there.
Yeah.
Are not from
Yeah.
there. So for me, I'm lucky enough that after I moved to KL, or after I moved to Selangor, a few years later, my parents decided to move to Selangor
Oh.
also.
So now this is
So,
the
but
kampong lah.
now this is the kampong. But in the earlier years of my marriage, so we had to do this thing where, okay, I would go raya first at my in-laws' house.
Yep.
Then after raya, then drive back to
Wow.
Kedah.
Wow, that's
Okay.
crazy, dude. Yep.
Yeah. So, and thank God, like it only like, yeah, three to 4 years lah. I had to do that before my parents decided to move here and stay with my sister. Then everything was history after that lah. But yeah, so if let's say you're one of those that have to go back to kampung and everything, obviously there's a cost. So cost
Yep.
of transportation. So it doesn't matter what mode you take. So either you take airplane, train, bus, car, etc. There is a
Nothing is
cost.
free.
Okay?
Yes.
Nothing is free.
Yeah.
Unless you are one of those that, okay lah, I'm gonna go with my friend and I don't pay anything.
Correct. Correct. But
So
even that you're obliged to tong with the petrol. So ada
yeah,
sikit kos sekali.
yeah. Okay, unless you betul-betul tak malu lah. You say you buat
Ada orang macam tu. Memang
ada
ada
kan.
orang macam tu. Ya,
So
ya, ya. That one they expect their friends to be a genie, Cling, send me home. Okay. Macam tu.
okay, so that's example of expenses, and that is generally what we call extraordinary expenses.
Yes.
So it's not something that you spend on a regular basis. It's just like when that event happens, then you spend money on that. Okay, so that's one. So transportation. Okay, so second is depending. This some people actually decide to spend a lot on the clothes.
Yep.
So ada yang macam guna baju-baju tahun lepas for themselves, but then they might spend for their family,
Yeah.
depending, right? But generally, you will also still spend on that lah, because part of the allure of a festivity is actually looking nice.
Yeah, correct. And
Yeah.
it's not bad, but sometimes showing off. Like, hey, check it out. I got new dress. it's
Yeah.
it's a thing.
Correct. So like even like for me and my family, so not in the past 2 years lah, but previously after my dad passed away, so we actually had a new tradition where we actually went overseas during Raya.
Okay.
So basically just to change the whole narrative lah.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
yeah, so to make it an enjoyable punya ni. So first and second raya we're in Malaysia, but generally third raya is when we will travel.
Go off.
So when we go off, then we actually bring our baju raya.
Right.
And then we would have our raya over there with photo shoot, everything, etc. Blah blah. Okay, raya in Seoul or whatever it is lah. But still, it's part of the festivities lah. In terms of new clothes is part of the festivities. Even though as a financial planner, I try not to spend.
Yeah,
I'm trying to spend, but usually I'll get vetoed lah.
I mean, like it's like that, like you cannot change that, okay? But yeah. You do spend no matter what.
Yeah, so it's just a matter of being smart about how much you spend lah. So buying ready-made sometimes is cheaper,
right?
versus tailoring.
Off the rack.
Off the rack. So
Yep.
for me, usually I'll try to buy it closer to the end where like they're trying to dispose the stock.
I do that too.
Yeah,
because
but
that's when
the only thing is then that is you
size.
kind of like one is the size, second is the colors.
Yeah, correct.
So you might not get the colors that you want, especially now. Like there's everybody want as a family, you want everybody to match one color. Yeah. So obviously it's also a strategy lah. So just try our luck lah. Try our luck to get as close as possible to the color and the sizes lah. So so second is the clothing. So first was transportation, second is the clothing.
Yeah.
Okay. So third, okay, so this is something that the Chinese started. is by giving
Right.
angpao.
Yes, correct. Then
Yeah, but now,
it spread to everybody.
everybody is giving. So first the
Yes.
Malays followed.
Yeah.
First the Malays followed for Hari Raya. So as when I was growing up, I was so happy. Okay, Raya means get money.
Yeah.
Okay. Meet with my uncles and older cousins and everything. Go salam.
Yeah.
Okay, get money,
Get
and then
money.
kumpul all the money and calculate blah blah blah. Okay, this is how much I have. Then how much I can spend. Okay, but in the past, I think 5 to 10 years, then I suddenly heard,
Deepavali is good.
Indians are also giving.
Yeah, yes,
giving
yes.
up.
Yes.
I do not know what is the exact term that they call it. So like, okay, ampao is ampao.
Yeah.
The Great
Great
Raya is
Raya is
Great
Great
Raya. So
Raya.
I do not I do not know what is the term that
I
Indians
don't know myself. I don't know
yeah.
myself,
So
but
actually, if
Kasa,
anybody out there,
Kasa is
everybody
cash.
out there, if anybody who's watching who knows what it is can probably just share so that
Please do.
everybody, yeah. So
Correct.
I'm actually interested to know lah,
Yeah,
kan?
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
yeah, so I'm not sure about Christmas though. I'm not sure about
Christmas, you already
Christmas.
bought presents.
Yeah, Christmas is presents, but
Yeah.
I'm not sure whether
Tak
there's
payah,
still the
no, no, no.
duit
Cukup,
Christmas.
present really cukup lah. Nak duit lagi. Present cukup.
Yeah. So basically, you can see lah. The major festivities.
Yep.
You still have to shell money either for cash or presents.
Correct.
So that is another expense.
Correct. And
Okay.
and sometimes I have to add also, sometimes minor celebrations also you do spend. There are things to spend in minor celebrations.
Correct.
Not as much as the major, but you still do spend.
Okay. So then the next part is like all the food.
Oh yes.
So at least the kueh, the limau mandarin, the
Yes.
whatever it is lah, like for
Pineapple.
each festivities, right? And all the kueh raya and whatever for each festivity. So that also money.
Yes.
Okay. So that's 4 things already that people will probably spend on. So the fifth one doesn't include if let's say, we need to change our curtains.
All the extra things around the house. Exactly.
Yeah.
And then sometimes you pay people to come clean your house extra clean, like that, you know.
Correct.
Cleaners.
Yeah. So because we're opening our house to guests.
Yes, correct.
So
correct.
because I'm not saying that it's a bad thing, because I think it's a good part of our culture where we are very good hosts. We invite people into our house. We want to share the extra or the whatever extra that we have, and I think it's a good thing. What I'm saying here, I'm not saying whether it's good or not whether we spend this money. Okay, right now I'm just telling where does the money go.
Correct. No, but here's the thing. Remember, like we always say this at coming closer to the end of the year, budget for next year. Make sure you budget for next year. Budget. And one of the things Rafiq always says is you also have to budget things that are not regular, that doesn't happen regularly. This is one of the things that don't happen regularly. But most people don't put that into their budget because they don't assume it. Then suddenly, alamak Raya. Oh, alamak Chinese New Year.
Correct. So and I think part of this is what I've observed. Part of why that particular action happens is that actually in Malaysia, a lot of companies tend to pay some form of gratuities or bonuses or gifts before the festivities.
Correct. They do.
Yeah. So because even my company, we also do that for our employees.
Yeah.
Okay, so we give annual bonuses, but we actually split the payment. So we, for the Chinese, we pay before Chinese New Year. For the Malays, we pay before Raya, because we know that money, however small it is or however big it is, will be helpful to the employees during that point of time.
Correct. But
but I'm not sure whether from a financial planning point of view that helps in terms of getting people to budget, getting people to plan.
Technically, it's against what you said, because you've always said never rely on bonuses because it cannot. So that's some advice. You watch our past shows, you will see it. Before we continue, in case new people just join in, what's up? Welcome to the Financial Hotline. What we do here, we try and teach you to increase your financial literacy. Even though we're talking about festivities and finances, you can ask about any financial questions. All you need to do is just put it in the comments, like Victor, who's always a champion when he writes his comments. So just put it there, and we'll address it, and we'll answer you. Also, another thing, follow all the social media up there, because they give you a lot of tips. Even TikTok also ada, even though logo tak ada, but that is the same thing. You go to TikTok, that one shorter versions of information that you can learn. So you can go there and learn as well. And the scan me down here, or the code up there, it's for you to get a free financial health check. It's very easy. Go there, you get the basic financial health check, so that you know where you stand. They won't give you advice on what to do. That one, you take it further with them. All right. So we cleared that already. Back to the finances. So if someone tak budget, how?
So yeah, obviously the right thing, as you mentioned lah, the right thing you have to budget lah. The right thing you have to budget. So let's talk about right thing first, then only I'll answer your question.
Okay, set. Right thing first.
Okay, so basically, we know. Okay, we actually know all the festivities in advance. So we know Chinese New Year is going to be in early January.
End January, early
February. Yeah. So we know Raya is going to be somewhere in May. Okay, so we know Deepavali is in end of October, early November.
Correct.
And we know Christmas is going to be 25th.
Yep.
That one doesn't change.
That one doesn't change. Yeah.
That one doesn't change because it follows the our normal calendar.
But the funny thing about festivities, it for sure once a year it will happen.
Correct.
All right.
Correct.
Except for Raya, because one year kena dua kali. I remember beginning of the year and the end of the year. I forgot when was that, but it once was like
yeah. So, but in most of the scenarios, even if it happens twice a year, you actually know it's going to happen.
Yeah, correct.
You actually know it's going to happen. Okay, you actually know it's going to happen. But from one Raya to another Raya, it will still be like 11 plus months. So you still can plan.
Correct. Agreed. So, still can say bit by bit.
So basically, okay, the key point here is that knowing when it's going to happen means that you can plan ahead.
Yep.
So like the 5 areas that I mentioned just now, when you're doing your annual budget, then okay, kita nak balik kampung. How much?
Correct.
Okay. What is the cost for the baju raya? How many pasang? Or is it just the traditional one? Or are we gonna like buy baju for first day, second day, third day, fourth day, whatever?
Wow.
So I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. Just budget. Just budget. If you can afford it, go ahead.
Exactly. That's what I was just about to say. Yeah. If you can afford it, no one is stopping you from doing it.
It's your money.
Yeah.
It's your money. Okay. So even if, let's say, you want to do renovations for your house, budget for it.
Yes. Correct.
Budget for it. Or even you want to change your curtains or whatever, everything is the same thing. Budget for it. And then okay, let's say like for me lah. Okay, we know Raya is going to be in early May. So if let's say I did my budgeting in end of the year, so that means I have about 4 to 5 months.
Yes.
Okay? So because I don't have to travel, so no cost for traveling. Okay, so let's say with the baju and everything, I allocate 1,000 ringgit.
Okay.
There's only 4 of us.
Yeah.
There's only 4 of us, and mainly most of the baju is for the kids anyway because they go out of their needs. Okay.
Yeah.
The angpows, the duit raya and everything, usually I give about 3 to 4K a year lah.
Okay, my kids are coming to your house, huh? just informing. Okay. Continue.
Okay. So that's 5K already there.
Yeah.
That's already 5K. I don't invite people to my house. I don't invite people to my house. I go to other people's house. So
okay.
I don't I don't have an open house kind of thing going. Yeah. So that right, and like I don't do like furniture changes or whatnot normally during Raya lah. I'll just do it whenever I want to do it lah. So basically, okay. So I know it's 5,000.
Yeah.
It's about 5,000. So if I have 5 months, that means I need to put aside 1,000 a month.
Yeah.
So from whatever income that I have, okay, okay, I masuk 1,000 a month into my tabung raya.
Correct.
Okay, my tabung raya, so that by raya comes, okay, I have the 5,000 that I need to spend
Yes.
for all the expenses that I've outlined earlier.
Exactly. No, because you see the scary part about that. Most of the time, people don't budget. Then they're like, "Hey, let's just try and take a loan," and then that is a horrible thing to do to extend your
Yeah, but
kegilaan.
okay, so the loan, because generally when the biggest issue is people don't take loans, people actually use
Yeah.
their credit cards.
Oh, even worse.
Yeah, so which makes it worse.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
they would, okay, pergi beli baju 1,000, swipe, 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 swipe,
Swipe,
swipe,
swipe, swipe, swipe, swipe.
but
Yeah.
no money to
Yes.
pay for it. Uh, I hope people don't use the credit cards for cash advance lah for the duit raya and whatnot. If you cannot afford to
Oh,
give out the money,
yeah.
then do give out lah. Give
Exactly,
whatever you
exactly,
can afford. But the
exactly.
thing is, jaga muka, jaga air muka. It's very important in Asian families. You have to jaga air
Which,
muka. So if people know, like, oh yeah, you're a senior manager in a company, things like that. So you cannot give RM1 duit raya.
yeah, okay
Yeah,
lah.
because then people will
Status.
talk behind your back.
Correct.
Right.
Say, bagi Bitcoin.
Ha. Then people have to go and check the value.
Bagi
Yeah.
Bitcoin.
Yeah. But the thing is with Festivities, right? It's actually very simple. You budget,
Yep,
you identify what you need, and then you start planning to save the money for that.
exactly. And
Yeah,
and
but never spend beyond your means.
and never budget beyond your means also. All right.
Yeah.
I know what Rafiq just said was his budget. Doesn't mean you have to spend $5,000
No.
if you cannot afford 5,000 ringgit. Okay.
Yeah.
If your budget is 2005, then 2005 it is. If your budget is 300 ringgit, it's 300 ringgit. There's nothing wrong with it. But
Yeah.
as long as you realize your status of how yours is.
Yeah. There's actually one more thing that I just remembered that happens during festivities. I'm not
Yep.
sure whether you know. Usually, people also change their cars during festivities.
Oh yeah.
Because there's always promotions.
Yes,
There's
exactly. Buy one car,
Chinese
free
New Year
one vacuum cleaner.
promotion. There is Hari Raya promotion. Because the thing is, okay, you're gonna go balik kampung. Oh, then people kata, oh yeah, you're so successful now. Oh, so
Got
nice
new
your car.
car.
Things like that. Yeah, I actually then I talked to some of my clients like I said, hey, instead of buying new car, right? Why don't you,
Rent.
if you need, you rent a car.
Yeah.
You rent the nice cars, you buy it because those people are just going to see you for the few days,
Yeah, that's right.
so you can get a better car for cheaper amount, and then you don't have
Correct.
the headache after that.
Yeah.
You don't have the headache after that. So basically, all the car rental companies, basically, you know how to contact me, so that you can share some of the commission with me moving forward lah.
bagus. I like. That's well planned. Well planned.
Yeah, yeah. So that's those are about the expenses part lah. The
Yep.
expenses part.
Yep.
Okay. So the next part when we talk about finances, okay. So this is actually more towards the children because most of the duit raya is actually given to the children.
Yes,
The
correct.
duit raya, the angpows, the duit for Deepavali, whatever, the presents are all given to the children.
Correct.
Adults don't get it. At least for me, like anyone who has worked, so I don't follow the Chinese punya ni, even though I do have some Chinese blood in me,
Yep.
but I don't follow that part of the tradition. As long as you finish university, you start working, no more.
Habis. Potong.
Habis. Yeah.
It's-
Because you can afford to give the raya now.
Correct. What's this nonsense collecting all?
Correct. So I don't need that. But it's also like I want because I think it was 2019. We did what we call a Cambridge Jakwang in my alma mater in Alustar, Sultan Al Hamid College, together with some of my ex-schoolmates lah. So we did it for kids, basically children from 10 years old to Form 2, if I'm not mistaken, Form 2 or Form 3.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So, and part of the whole camp, what we did was we actually showed basically if, let's say, you were to be able to kumpul 1,000 a year if you're a child, right?
Yep.
From age zero lah, from age zero. So as you're born, so you kumpul 1,000 a year and you put it aside. So and then after you go to university, after you start working, you continue saving that money. By the time you reach 55 years old, you will at least have 330,000.
Oh wow. Yeah. Yeah.
Because 1,000 times 55 is only 55,000.
Correct.
So you will have six times the amount.
Yeah.
So then like some of the children were asking me, oh, but kita macam mana nak cari duit? Kita tak boleh kerja. Then I just asked, hey, how about your duit raya, your birthday, ni and everything. Then suddenly I can see their brains were like calculating, right? Actually, yeah. Then yeah, we actually have that.
Correct.
Campur duit sekolah sikit-sikit, duit apa orang bagi sana sikit kan. So and it's actually possible.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that everybody can do 1,000 lah. If let's say you can do 500 lah.
Yep.
But so basically, if you do that for sufficiently long time and do a regular thing on a yearly basis, you will still get that.
Correct. No.
You will still get that. So and then you have less stress as an adult to put a lot of money aside in order to get the same amount.
Because you started earlier.
Because you started earlier.
Yeah.
Because you started earlier. Right.
And
so for my children, so what I do is, okay, so during the raya and everything, etc. So there will be some money that they will guna for belanja lah. You cannot take all their money lah.
Right? That's unfair. You know what I mean? Like,
that's unfair lah, because that's their rite of passage lah. Correct. But I still tell them, okay, so this amount is the amount that you're gonna spend. Okay.
Yep.
So the rest of the amount, I'm gonna put it in your bank account.
Yep.
I'm going to put it in bank account so that it grows. And then once you turn 18 or once you work, you will have a sizable amount. That is yours.
Exactly. And the crazy part also is this day and age, there are more avenues to invest.
Correct.
Rather than just putting in savings. So there's more avenues to invest and make that grow even more.
Correct. So like I was just doing the projections based on like, okay, putting in like something like ASB or tabung haji or something that gives about 5%, 5 to 6% a year. But if you're talking about a duration of 55 years.
Yes.
So basically, what the multitude of investment options that you have.
Yeah.
You can try everything out.
Yeah,
you can
exactly.
You can even like put some in, let's say, unit trust. You can put some in stocks. Obviously, it has to be managed by your parents lah.
Of course.
So basically, because children cannot open their own account yet.
Correct. And also, when it comes to stocks, you have to use your own account. Just telling everybody.
I know you're gonna say that. Tak boleh guna account adik.
Yeah. Cannot. Use your own. Okay. Just telling.
Yeah, so and even now, okay, so you can put in things like crypto, and yes, it is risky, but if you manage your finances properly, things like that, you will be able to hopefully weather out the ups and downs. And by the time you need to use it, the returns will be there.
Can you imagine when Bitcoin started? That time, I don't know whether I don't have duit raya yet. I mean, I finished past duit raya. But the people who came when you just started dapat duit raya, suddenly 1,000, they bought one Bitcoin that time. Now,
now you cannot even buy one Bitcoin.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying, can you imagine back then, bought and then just simpan? Now, you're like, what's up?
Yeah, so no, because that is actually literally what happened to one of the Bitcoin millionaire. So he actually convinced his parents to allow him to change the birthday money that he got from his grandmother
into Bitcoin
and buy Bitcoin.
Wow. The current one that I don't understand, that I know it's gonna grow big, blow up, and then stabilize. So that's how everything happens. Is
Yeah.
NFTs. So I
Yeah.
think now
So it's still something that I'm trying to learn.
yeah, I'm still trying to learn because everywhere you turn, there's someone offering an NFT that I don't understand properly. The
Yeah.
same thing, just different color from 400,000 to $20. So I'm like, I don't get it, but
Yeah.
it's a
Yeah.
whole new
So
world.
it's like a collectible lah. So
Yeah.
the simplest way to talk about it is like collectible. So like why like okay people would pay millions for let's say Mona Lisa.
Yeah. No, I, I understand, but I still
Uh,
haven't grasped it. But
yeah.
the crazy part is like we go back to what we were saying is yes, festivities, money go out. But for the kids, money comes in.
Money come in. Yep.
That's a fact. So this is the part where we got to teach them that yes, spend the money coming in, some of it, because that is you earn that, but also learn how to invest and grow all the things.
All right.
But here's another dangerous thing: festivities came in, and Victor just mentioned some people try and scam people during these periods. The scams will all come out, and then tiba-tiba make more money with blah 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 blah, and then you buy into. Victor spoke about something betting with football. Okay, just read this. Just before China, I did a social experiment, joined a supposedly capital prevent investment scheme.
Conservation investment.
Yeah. Which
Okay.
essentially is a football betting gambling pyramid scheme. I already expected to lose money put in. And it was an eye-opening on how the scam are run and type of people brainwashing themselves thinking it's an investment. How different people react. Their posts when the scheme collapsed was priceless. So in other words, he knew what he was doing. The money he put in. Okay, we have to tell you this. He he's like, okay, I suspect this one is a scam. So, but on the off chance that it could be lucrative, I tabo sikit do it, that I don't mind losing. Because if it was not a scam and it turned out to be something good, then he made an investment that
Yeah.
made money to him.
So yeah. So we are not advising you to invest in scams.
Yes, yes, 100%, 100%.
But in the off chance that there are investments that you feel that are too good to be true and you still gatal tangan nak cuba, try to limit it to money that you can lose.
Yes, yes. Yeah.
Jangan jadi macam itu monyet, macam itu cerita kancil dengan monyet masih kecil-kecil.
Aku nak juga.
Aku nak juga. And then eat all the chilies and then like jadi merah and terbakar and all that lah. No, don't be like that monkey lah. Don't be like that monkey. Okay.
Correct.
So, but again, to just reiterate, Tony, we are not advising you to put money into scams.
Yes. But we do advise you to diversify your portfolio, like what we were saying. Put a bit in Bitcoin if you can. The one that's credible, that is monitored, that it's a well-known entity. Put it in Tabung Haji if you can, ASB if you're eligible for stuff like that. Then look at all the other plans that are available that the government provides as well. Unit trust. Spread it out. Stocks. And stocks, don't buy the stocks that
penny stocks.
Yes, not the volatile stocks. You look at long-term stocks. There are stocks that are long-term that pays dividends. So look into those kind of stocks, not the stocks that in out.
Yeah. So as JJ mentioned, so those are all different types of legal assets that you can put your money in order to earn something in return. Okay, so you can still earn good money if you know what you're doing, or if you're patient enough, if you have the right strategy, without having to jeopardize your hard-earned money into scams.
Yeah.
Because scams doesn't benefit anyone except for the people who started the scams.
Correct. Remember the big telltale. There's one of the episodes we spoke about scams. We focused totally about scams. One of the main things that I took away from that is, if someone is giving you percentage and you plus all the percentage you make monthly, and at the end of the year you're making 150% from how much you invest, it's a scam. Okay, 100% scam. No one will give you 150% of your money back Within a year. That's the truth. I haven't heard lah anywhere.
No, people will say that they will give you lah.
Yes.
A lot of
There's no
people will
such
say
thing.
they give you, but even if it might be a once-off thing. It's not something that is sustainable, repeatable.
Yep.
Even if you say like 30% per annum, it's
Right.
is maybe once in like say a few years in possible. But if
Yeah.
they say like, oh, we're gonna give you 30% per annum, things like that, uh,
Yes.
most probably not. But
That
if let's
the
say they say okay, it's like within 8 to 12% per annum, then yeah, it's coming into the realm of logic lah. It's
correct.
coming in the realm of logic.
And another thing that I remember from that show was as long as someone say guarantee can get, don't trust, run away. As long as they say guarantee can get, run away. No one
Yeah.
can guarantee because like the market is volatile, and if these people can guarantee, why aren't they like? I don't tell people I want to make this money.
No, because to me, right, if let's say you can do this 100%, 200% return per year, right, I
Yep.
wouldn't be going out to, if let's say I wouldn't be going out and marketing it to people.
Yeah.
Like, because there's gonna be this if you understand about
People will
investment,
tell.
right, the bigger the pool of investment, the lower
Yeah.
the returns will be.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
The lower the returns will be. So first of all, I will not share with everybody else. If let's say there's this very lucrative investment that can give me 100%, 200% a year, that's the
Right.
first one. Second, if I know of this investment, I would be willing to gadai all my stuff, take loans, even go to Along is fine.
Correct.
I'm not advising that. I'm
Yeah. Yeah.
just
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
telling you how ludicrous
Ridiculous.
this is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
how ludicrous
Because
this is. Like, in order, so because I know, okay, I can get 100%, 200% a year, I should be able to pay it off very fast. Because when I was still working, I was actually approached by somebody that I know.
yeah.
Okay, so and this person was working with a company that apparently traded in gold.
Right. Okay.
Okay, traded in gold, and told and came to approach me and basically saying, "Hey, Rafiq, I have a good deal for you." Blah 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 blah. There's this gold investment that we're doing that can give you 10% per month. I was like,
Per month. Huh?
okay, yeah, 10% per month. This was before I had my CFP. Yeah, this
Right.
was
Right. Right.
before I had my CFP, but I was at least financially
Savvy.
savvy lah. I was actually at least financially savvy. So I asked him the first question lah. I asked him, okay, bro, uh, have you invested in this? Can you share with me your investment punya ni instead of just your the sharing lah?
yeah.
Oh, I haven't invested yet because I don't have the money. But then I said, if this is giving 10% and you believe that this is giving 10%, why don't you take a personal loan?
Yeah.
A personal loan is only 8 to 12% a year.
Correct. Then
So
you're making
within
2%.
yeah, and no, you'll be making
Sorry.
80%,
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
85% a
80.
year,
Correct. Correct. Correct.
80
Correct.
to
Correct.
95% a year.
Yeah.
Like within 1 year, you dah finish bayar the personal loan,
Yeah.
and you've made a lot of money. So if let's say you borrowed 100,000, you would have made at least 900,000 to 1 million already,
Correct. Correct.
right? So to me, it's like, well, why?
Aren't you doing it?
Yeah, why aren't you doing it? Oh, so then he was quiet, and then I think it was 2 weeks later he contacted me, say, oh, after we had a chat, I was thinking about it and everything, so I think there was something wrong. So then I quit.
Oh wow. Okay. 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 So he was just given a playbook of how to sell the
Correct,
idea
correct.
to his
So he
friends.
didn't know. He didn't know that he was being part of it.
Yep. 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 Yep.
To him, he seriously thought it was a legit. It
Yeah.
was a legit thing, and he wanted to share with his friends so
And
that they can also benefit.
the scary part about scams, that's what they do. They make it sound so legitimate, especially like sometimes you see the ones on Facebook like, oh, Tony Fernandez doesn't want you to know the secret, join this thing now and then you can be, I'm like, kepala otak lah. Tony will tell. You know what I mean? So a lot of these things appear during festive seasons. I tell you the truth.
Yeah,
It appears
correct.
during festive seasons.
Because they know that a lot, okay lah, not to say a lot lah, but they know there are idle money lah.
Yes, correct.
There is idle money to be targeted. So then they say, okay, let's see whether somebody would then bite. So
Correct.
because they're just casting the net wide. They're just
Correct.
casting the net wide to see whoever that's going to come into the net and kena. Okay, so please don't. I know ni is your kids punya, but please don't
Don't.
lah. Please don't put your kids' money in jeopardy lah.
Yeah,
Kan?
exactly. I mean, like, put it into places that you know, but will grow slow. But it's still growth. All right. If you're thinking of growth within a year, don't think your kids is 5 years old. You put in the money, and your kids only gonna touch the money when 21, konon, or 18.
16 years.
16 years,
That's
you know.
16 years.
That's a lot of time to grow huge. So
Yes.
think about the long run. Don't think about like, oh, now let's make big money quick,
Yeah.
and then a lot of people do that, especially
so
during
if you-
festive seasons.
Yeah, if you want to make the money quick, there are also ways for you to make money quick. You can trade on your own,
Yes,
but the risk is much higher.
correct.
The risk
And
is much higher, and you should be only do that if you really have money that you're willing to risk.
and you actually have
Know
knowledge.
how to do. You
Yes.
actually have knowledge, correct? If you
And
don't, no.
because
And-
if you have knowledge and you'll have not insider trading, you have knowledge, and you read a lot when it comes to the business. If you're one of those who business newspaper ke apa, you look at the business section and buang, you don't do stocks, because that's where all the gossip and the information is. Like just before we went live, Rafiq was just talking to me about the market going up because of the news of the borders opening up. So it's logically thinking, when the borders open up, it's going to be the market won't have any interruptions. So if there's no interruptions, so investors like, oh, good time to put in, because without interruptions, stocks will go up, prices will go up. So yeah, that's the logic thinking of it.
Because companies would be willing to invest
Correct.
into expansion.
Correct.
Because if not, like I talked to some of my SME clients and everything. So some of them have plans, but they are afraid to put the plan into action, because if, let's say, they put the money, then suddenly government said no, PKP again, die.
Correct.
Because that money then could have been used for them to survive.
Correct. Agreed. So now that's with that news, you see the thing growing. Now, if you're one of those who do not follow these kinds of news and do not know how to put 2 and 2 together, then you wouldn't know how to invest, where to invest, how to invest, who to look out for that they're going to do expansions, where to look. So you can make money if you really do put in the time. That's the truth.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to the stock market, you have to put in the time. There's no such thing as I'll do this one. What's this? I don't know. I just buy the stock. You know what I mean? All my friend told me to buy it. It's very good. My mother used to be one of those. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Go, you know what I mean? Like, oh, my friends are buying this. They say very good. I'm like, what company is this? Why are you buying it? Oh, friends say good.
Do you know?
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah,
don't
even like I think what Warren Buffett does is actually very simple. So he does basically value investing. So he buys the things that he consumes.
Yeah.
So he bought shares in Coke because he drinks Coke, I think 6 cans a day.
So it's like,
So-
okay.
So
Makes sense.
so he's pumping money back into his own company by consuming it.
Correct.
So I buy Delta because I use Delta.
Yeah.
I buy this because of this. So like, yeah, if you want to do, so yeah, one of the ways that people do is buy shares into company that you need. So you buy into Nestle because you use Nestle products.
Correct.
You buy into, let's say, DG because you're a DG user. You buy into Maybank because you're a
Yes.
Maybank customer.
Yes. And then there are some that are stable all the way. Tenaga Nasional, stuff like that.
Because all of us are electricity users.
Exactly. So, but those kind of things, the money don't grow fast. You don't don't grow fast, but it's going to be stable. You're going to get dividends and stuff like that. So those are the things when it comes to stock lah. Okay. Oh, I like Victor says the thing is the market influencers have already bought positions, and those who read newspapers that buy are the retail buyers. Thus, knee-jerk reaction already too late. Correct.
There's actually a theory with regards to that.
Yeah. Share. What's the theory again?
What I can't remember. I actually learned in CFP the actual term. I think it's the efficient market theory or something. What's the exact term?
It's like Elon Musk and Bitcoin lah.
So like whatever that Victor is saying, it's actually true. So when the news is actually already shared, it's already too late.
Yeah.
It's actually too late, because sometimes all of it has been priced in already. All of it is priced in. Yeah. So that's why you then need to glean the information from other sources. So basically, like what you said lah, if you really want to do this, one way is obviously fundamental trading. Is basically try to put all the pieces together.
Correct.
So example, let's take the announcement, the 1st of March. So the assumption is the 1st of March announcement had an positive impact to the market. Okay. So, but okay.
Wait. Before you continue, I want to say, remember, this is assumption, theory, tips, not 100%. Rafiq says, so I bought. Okay, I just clear. Everybody understand? Okay, continue.
Okay, so let's take the assumption lah. So I'm just giving an example lah. So this is not necessarily what JJ says lah. So, so before the announcement, what were the indicators that we can see around us that was showing that the government was leaning towards announcing that?
Right.
So is it from the daily COVID numbers or the daily hospitalization numbers, things like
what
that?
Was it? Yeah,
what was it? So you basically need to look into all the other sources that led to that decision, so that you then kind of assume with some level of certainty that announcement is going to happen. So then you start putting your placements lah.
Yeah.
Okay. So these are the sectors that are going to be or the counters that are going to be positively affected if this were to happen.
Yeah.
Okay. And then once it happened, then you gain lah. You gain.
Yeah, like on the assumption that because borders are going to be open, travel is going to be open, people from the cold countries want to come here and visit. So you're talking about hotels and travel should boom. Should, we just saying should. We're not saying 100%. If we all know exactly what the numbers are, we all won't be talking here. We will be investing. Okay, I'm just telling you the truth.
Technically, you can still invest lah. Invest lah.
Money you can lose, invest.
Can still invest lah. And how you wouldn't know whether I'm actually investing or not. I'm not going to tell you what I'm investing in.
Correct.
Unless you're my client lah.
Yeah. That's right. So once again, zoom out, please. I want to show them on top. Follow them on this social media at the top. Up there, the social medias, they give you tips and all that. The link up here and the Scan Me will give you a free financial health check, so you understand where your finances are. You're in the red, green, stuff like that, so you can see it. But if you want more details, like Rafiq said, you want details and how to grow, depending on last week we explained the different percentages and packages you have when it comes to hiring a personal finance planner. Up to you to continue how far you want to go with them after that. All right, so it's all there.
Okay.
Sorry. Suddenly there was a pause. So I like, apa terjadi? Did my line get cut? What's going on? I panic for a while.
Should be okay, right? Your house, right? Not your brother's house.
Yeah. No. This is not my house. So that's why I panicked for a second. It's not even my shop, so I don't know I don't know what's going on. Something is going on. But okay. Now let's talk about macam ni lah. Chinese New Year gone already, but let's say someone did not budget for Raya. Okay, tak budget for Raya, and then hearing this, going, alamak, I have to budget. Okay, uh, what advice you have for them?
Okay, so first obviously the ukur baju di badan sendiri lah.
Okay.
Okay, what can you afford?
Yeah.
We're not saying ni. So if let's say you can afford, even if let's say you don't budget, but you can afford it, or suddenly you dapat bonus or whatnot, then that's a different thing lah.
Correct.
But if let's say you don't have a budget, you don't have a bonus, and you are limited in terms of resources, okay, so then the ukur baju di badan sendiri tu actually comes into play lah. So
Yep.
because what will happen is either you will spend. So you either spend using credit or you either spend taking from your savings. So it's either of those two if you don't have enough resources, if you don't budget. Okay. So in both cases, especially if you are leaning on credit, which most people do, that's why Malaysia has one of the highest household debt in the whole world. Okay, and also one of the highest rates of young adults punya bankruptcy.
Because it's so easy to accumulate debt
so
here in Malaysia. Even on Shopee sekarang boleh.
Yeah. Buy now, pay later.
That's why.
Yeah. Even you can even buy now, pay later on Grab, okay, for food.
What? Oh no.
There is a pay later option.
That is so dangerous because people malas. Next year, end of the month. How much of food did I buy?
It can actually grow on you really fast. Okay, so coming back to the question that you asked. So if especially if you use credit so you have to be careful, because if you go use credit card, then you can be down 18% a year in terms of the need. And if you didn't budget, so most probably you wouldn't be paying off your credit card in full. You'll be paying it off probably in minimum, or you might defer certain months when certain other major expenses come in, like your insurance, your car insurance, your duit sekolah, kids go to sekolah, your year-end holidays, things like that. So you'll get into this vicious cycle lah. Okay, so please do not, especially ni, it's okay to wear last year's clothes. Okay, it's okay to wear last year's clothes, because most probably you only wore it once or twice.
Correct.
And it's probably still in very good condition, because that's why, like for me, right, I said sometimes before buying, okay, this color did we buy it before? Can I get away with using the last one? That's one. Can I physically get into it? But Alhamdulillah, so far can, no issue. I haven't grown that big since I got married. Okay, so that's if we buy credit. Okay, the other category, if you actually have savings, so you plan to use your savings, right? So then you have to check what was the savings for, because you actually had saved for a purpose. So if you were to go and use the saving, you have to then identify how would this impact whatever that you were planning for. Whether be it, okay, you actually was putting money aside for your renovations, you're putting money aside to go for Hajj, you're putting money aside for children's education, you're putting money aside for a house, a car, whatever. So if you were to take out this money to spend for the festivities, then you have to assess what will be the impact of taking out this money.
Correct.
If the impact is something that you said, okay, I can live with it, okay, go ahead. It's your money. Do whatever you want with it. Yeah. But if I say the answer is no, or that one is more important, or I need them to use this money soon, whatever, then scale down.
Correct.
Scale down the festivities. It's okay. We probably have another chance to
celebrate it
the following year.
Here's another thing I can say. You also have to understand the budget of if you're going to celebrate Raya, that means you're going to go through Ramadan. So if you're going to go through Ramadan, there's puasa. So there also you can overspend or you can save, either on how you you
Yep.
use your expenses that month, that extra money can go into your celebration. So if you pandai move money around, your resources of what you have around, then you
Yeah.
could reach your goal.
Correct. The other way, if let's say you don't want the first scenario or the second scenario, there is still at least mid half of February, full month of March, full month of April. So you
Yep.
still have 2.5 months.
Yes.
So what
Yes.
you can do, go find additional income.
Yeah. Correct.
Go
Correct.
find additional income. So if let's
Try.
say you need, let's say, 5,000 and your budget doesn't allow you to have 5,000, you have a target. Find ways to get 5,000 in the next 2.5 months.
Freelance jobs here and there.
Yeah.
Anything. Just anything. Just
uh,
take it.
gig economy,
Correct.
do overtime, have a
Betul.
side hustle, side business. There's so many options.
Yep.
Basically, you have the time. You have the
Correct.
time to figure out a solution. So don't just do goyang kaki and hope for the best. Hope for
That
the
one.
bonus that might or might not come.
That one's asking for trouble.
Ah,
And the crazy part is if you do your side hustle and all that, and then you make your 5,000, suddenly bonus come another 5,000. Now your party is bigger than you thought.
yeah, potentially, right?
Yeah.
But at least you know for sure now. Okay, I have the money to spend.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. And
I
then you can
have.
do
Uh,
more things. You can actually
correct.
have the party and then go on holiday. Lepas tu, double celebration. Bagus.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
So don't, because festivities are supposed to, the word festive is supposed to be happy.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
make a joyous occasion become a sad occasion because you didn't manage your finances properly.
Yeah. 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 And
That is
and
just sad lah. That is just sad if that were to happen.
exactly. And once again, we remind you, please don't go credit. If you can, don't go credit.
Yeah, don't go credit.
Please don't go
Is
credit.
that it's not worth it lah. To be
It's
honest,
not worth it.
it's not worth it just because you want to celebrate, you want to need, so that you're actually mortgaging your future because of it.
Correct. And even if okay, some people work on this gig economy and stuff like that, and it's like, oh, I'm going to get my payment next month, so I'll take credit now, and sure, I'm going to get my payment, but that can be stalled also. When
Yeah.
if that is stalled, then this one will add in extra money, and then whatever you made there, it becomes smaller and smaller because you're giving money to other people because you took on credit. So don't
Yeah,
take on credit.
correct. Because I think, yeah, expecting certain money to happen and then you spend the money that you don't have is actually a very bad decision that you can make.
Yep.
Why I say that is because I had personally gone through it
Yep.
when I was a student.
Right.
Maybe next session we can talk about it lah. So like how you talk about your problem with the house and everything, I'll talk
Let's
about
talk.
one of the
So,
biggest financial mistakes that I've done in my life lah.
Ken,
And basically
sounds
how
like
what moved me towards like being financial literate lah.
sounds like a plan. That will be our next show for sure.
Mm.
If y'all got questions, even your problems, please tell. Victor, we love to hear. You sound like you never had, but I think you learned from mistakes. So I would
Yeah.
love to hear your stories as well. But you see the weird part about going on credit. Rafiq has mentioned before that he's used credit before in a way where I already got the money to pay full, but I don't want to. So I go on credit because I know I'm not going to pay extra, but I can use this money for something else to invest and grow more money in. So that way, if you got the money to spend and you use credit in a smart way, then go ahead. But if you don't. That's it. That's all
Yeah,
I can say.
it's a double-edged sword lah. It's a
Yep, yep.
double-edged sword. So the credit card is not the devil that we make it to be. It's actually the
Yep.
people who use it.
Yeah.
If you don't have control, then don't. If you know what
Good.
you're doing, you have discipline, you have control, okay, go ahead. There's no issue. So there's nothing wrong with using a credit card. I use a credit card. I
Yep.
actually get a lot of benefits from using the credit card. So the treat points that I get on a yearly basis gets me technically free electrical
Yeah.
appliances.
Yeah.
So yeah, a few aircons here, a few iPads.
Take
So
it,
because
dude.
I've used credit cards since 2007. So
Yeah.
I've accumulated significant amount of points lah. Let's put it that way.
I can
Right?
imagine. I can imagine.
Yeah.
No, but if you do it that way, then it's smart because
Yeah.
you are using the credit card to your advantage, not the
Yeah.
credit card using you
Yeah.
as an
Bank,
extra income.
banks don't like me
Yeah.
because I pay my credit card fully. I don't have
Every
personal
month.
loans.
Yeah. 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 See?
So yeah, so banks don't like me lah. But I'm still a preferred banking punya customer lah.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
they like me in a different way lah.
Because you put the money in so that they can give the money to other people to loan. Because you have to keep it there. So once again, guys, remember, scan this for your free financial health check. Follow Wealth Vantage on to find out more details on all the different tips you can learn when it comes to your finances. And join us again next week, because next week we're going to
2 weeks
talk
from now.
about
2 weeks
Oh,
from
2
now.
weeks. Sorry, next week pula. Ni dipanggil otak dah jam sebab selalu kat laundry. I'm sorry. But 2 weeks from now, join us again, and then we'll chat again. All right. But other than that, Victor, thank you for being a champion as usual, and everyone else, thank you so much for watching.
Yeah, I hope everybody enjoyed the session today. And
Yep.
as usual, if you're watching after the session and everything, you can still comment. We will
Yep.
read the comments. We will. It might be us answered in the next show, or we might even make a episode out of it altogether.
Correct.
Right. But
Yep.
if you're also watching, please share it to, if you feel it's useful for the people around in your network. I mean, please share it so that
Yep.
more people will get benefit out of whatever that we talked about here today lah. Because like what JJ has said, so this is about helping people to improve their financial literacy. So we hope that this past 1 hour, we have at least helped certain people to have better grasp of their finances.
Yes. And the keyword of today, don't go on credit. Just joking. All right, guys. Good night. Thank you so much for watching. See you all again in
Bye-bye.
2 weeks. Bye.